Welcome back, guys. We have finally made it to the end of our France monstrosity ship challenge campaign. And I've built the most disgusting ship imaginable. So we've got a 116,000 ton battleship, 840 million. So it's not the most disgusting possible. I think there's some that you can get up to 2 billion. But this is the most disgusting ship for the French, and it's got such a high hull form that is the reason that the cost is so low. So we're going to test it out. I'll show you it in battle. The Italians have got some pretty decent battleships. That's about it, really, just the battleships. So let's see how we get on. So because we've got to 1938 from an 1890 start, the game is going ridiculously slow. Just advancing past that clicking battle to get to this screen took like 20 seconds or something stupid. And per turn, I timed the last turn, it took 8 minutes and 20 seconds just to advance from one turn to the next. Almost 10 minutes per turn, and I've got like one of the most modern rigs that you can get, a 2022 rig. So yeah, it's pretty insane the loading times if you actually try and complete a full campaign. I don't think it's quite so bad if you actually start in 1940, although I know it is still bad, but it's not quite as bad. This is ridiculous. Okay. So, this is the disgusting ship of the year. We have got 3 12.9-inch guns with... Oh, I hate the UI on this. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus another one on here. So 6 broadside 8.9 inches. We've got, what's this, 30? It's got to be 15 per side. Yeah, so 15 4.9 inches per side. And I decided to go for the most disgustingly large 20 inches at the front. Just because, why not? It's definitely not the most efficient gun. It's probably going to be crap. But I just wanted to go for it. So that is the monstrosity that I've built. Let's check it out. It's got 35 knot speed, so it's pretty damn good. Pretty damn fast. Wonder if any of these 20 inches are actually going to land. So I've only got 9% gun barrel on. 9% extra, because I want to try and get some deck destroying on the go. What I want to do is see, when I land a 20-inch shot, if it actually penetrates. Because this, in the previous patch to this one, 20 inches weren't going through the deck. See, we got partial pen there. So right, let's pause it. We've got a main deck penetration, so we are actually getting some main deck penetrations. Good. So it looks like they've fixed that. Thank goodness. That was frustrating. I basically landed, when I was testing the new patch, Landed about 50 20-inch shots with 3 times the amount of penetration required, and I didn't get a single pen. So it's good to see that they fixed that. We just blapped one of the enemy battleships. Oh dear. It is fun doing that. I wonder if any of them are still left alive. Right, let's see how much damage these torpedoes do. So I've got anti-torp 5, triple hull bottoms. So I am curious to see. I'm not going to try and evade them because I actually want to see how much damage they do. 173. Still green. It's still green. It didn't even reduce it to yellow or orange, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this ship is disgusting. It just blaps enemy battleships. Them 20 inches of fun, man. It's nice to see that I'm getting main deck penetrations with them. That was the main thing that I was concerned about. So far, they've landed all of one hit. And that one hit was the torpedo. Oh, that's hilarious. So they haven't landed a single shot on me. And they had like 5 battleships or whatever it was. Ridiculous. The AI just can't play this game. I don't know how people think that it's fun when you're actually trying hard. I'm only doing this campaign to show how ridiculously easy the game is if you actually try. It's a bit of a meme campaign. It's definitely been a joke. To think that they might not even improve it is pretty disheartening. I think the only hope would be if there was some global database for the ship designs. So all of the enemy ships are player designed. But that's never going to happen. Well, it might do, but I'm gonna bet, whatever you want to call it, that that'll never happen. Which is a shame, because we'll be stuck facing these awful AI designs. But it just means that torpedoes are still usable. I think if all the enemy ships were AI designed, then we wouldn't be able to do torpedo runs, because Torpedo boats wouldn't last 2 seconds against a player-designed ship. Right, there you go. They didn't land a single shot on me other than the torpedo. What a disgusting ship. Okay, we have the Russians up next. They haven't got quite as many ships as the Italians did, but let's see if they do any better. They have got quite a few battleships. 4, I think. Well, I've just noticed I put 12 inches on this ship, and I was meant to put 13 inches on. But that's just habit, I think, from 12 inches being the best gun for the past year and a half. It's easy to forget that 13 inches are now the best gun. I was having a look, and I don't know if this applies to all nations, but 16 inches are the best gun after 13 inch. So it used to be 12s and 15s, now it's 13s and 16s. Well, they are actually landing some shots, but it's probably because I'm sailing straight at them. But at least they've done better than the Italians did. Them small guns, them secondary guns are just absolutely lethal. As soon as they turn the sights on one of the cruisers, it just melts in seconds. Did he just fire? Did he just fire 20-inch shots at the destroyer? I think that's the definition of overkill. That's hilarious. Well, fair play to them. They did better than the Italians did. They actually knocked me down to 81%. That's the lowest that I've been for the entire game, apart from when I got a flash fire that knocked me down to 80% that time. But just from a cumulative fire, that's the lowest I've been. Right, there is a destroyer left somewhere, but I don't care about chasing him down. Right, we've got the Americans up next, and although their battleships aren't crazy good, they've got some decent cruisers. Their armoured cruisers are the same value as the battleships, which is pretty crazy. It might be the speed that's doing that. But they've got a lot of torpedoes, so it might be an interesting battle. Seem to be very torpedo heavy. So yeah, let's give this a go. Let's go. What a disgusting ship. Oh dear. Kind of love it. I kind of love it. It's got a max cruising speed of 31 knots. I wish it would identify ships once you've sunk them. So you could actually click on the damage log. Well, I'm amazed that I haven't seen any torpedoes in the water. They seem like they were incredibly torpedo heavy, so maybe they've just got really short range torpedoes. I was fully expecting electric torpedoes. Well, oh, there we go. Finally fired some. So yeah, they were slow and I didn't detect them until they were really close, so I think they were electric torpedoes after all. Got another battle against America, and this time they've got some more expensive battleships. These ones are 150 million, but the armoured cruisers aren't the expensive ones that they had in the last battle. Not like they did anything. So let's see if their more expensive battleships are any cop. Highly unlikely. Jesus Christ, I'm struggling to... There we go. Interesting, one of them 12-inch shells landed for almost 13,000 damage. Must have been against one of the smaller ships. Well, I'm very surprised that I haven't seen any torpedoes come in from these. Surely they must have got close enough to fire then. That is not a far distance. 8 kilometers maximum. That's definitely within electric torpedo range. So maybe they just haven't got electric torpedoes on the destroyers. Well, there's actually some torpedoes coming in there, but they're incredibly slow, so I think they're just normal propulsion. Yeah, standard propulsion. They aren't going to do anything. Well, they landed a single shot and it did 4 damage. Oh dear. Dear me. Right, we've got ourselves a battle with the Japanese for the first time in this war, and it's a strange one. Just a single one of our battleships against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 battle cruisers, a load of armoured cruisers, and some light cruisers and a destroyer. So this might actually be fairly entertaining. I mean, it might still be easy, I don't know. It all depends on how accurate the enemy battle cruisers are, I reckon. Right, let's see. Oh, looks like I've done an auto-resolve with this ship. I have been auto-resolving quite a lot of battles recently. So that's going to make things a bit more challenging. So, cruising speed 31 knots. If I can... Come on. My mouse is so sensitive that the tiniest little movement and it just shoots across. Right. See how we get on. What's always nice when you land a huge 20-inch shell. Just obliterate ships in one shot. I landed a shot in one of the battles that I haven't recorded where I did 126,000 damage in one shell. It was a 20-inch shell against a destroyer. 126,000 damage. Yeah, this thing's a monster. Look at that, 47,000 damage there. That was just a 12-incher. 47,000 damage. Oh dear. Yeah, this ship is an absolute beast. In a minute, did that just say 420? 467,000 damage? 467,000 damage in one shell. What? How is that even possible? That is crazy. I've got a screenshot that. 467,000 damage. Oh, that was great. Whoops. I don't know how long I've had the mute button on, but I did a shot that was 467,000 damage, and I'm not sure if I had the mute button turned on at that point. Well, this ship is just nuts. Be interesting to see if the enemy ships were decent, how it would fare. Well, immediately after that last battle, this one popped up, which is even more crazy. 3 battleships, and they're all pretty decent. 2 battle cruisers, and they're decent. Handful of not so good cruisers, and some destroyers, so let's see how he gets on against this one. Interesting. This is another ship, or it might even be the same one. No, it can't be the same one because it's the same turn. But another ship that I've obviously auto-resolved. Well, I've got to say it is nice not to suffer all the blocked shots that you used to get from landing the large caliber shots. You obviously still get them with the small caliber, but they make sense, obviously. Starting the battle off with low health is definitely dangerous. They only need to land a little tiny shot on these compartments and they can start flooding them. Yeah, it's definitely a bit nerve-wracking. Yeah, the flooding's just starting to happen now. He's pumped it out though. Proving to be quite tough to kill, he was. Got through eventually. Some nice big hits there. Well, it's actually been fairly entertaining, this battle. It's been quite tough. Starting off compromised, and then the enemy ships have been quite tough to take out. Yeah, that'll do it. Very nice. Right, well, I think that'll do for this particular ship. So what I've done is I've designed a budget version of this and then set a load of them to build. And that ship would be like a sensible version of a super battleship where you're not just going to break the bank and you're still having a significant amount of firepower. So I think what I'm going to do is advance time and just finish off the video with the budget version of this ship. Right, it has taken what has felt like an eternity to build this budget battleship. It took 5 years or just under to actually build it in game time, but it took 13 hours in real time to actually skip forward then 5 years, because each turn was taking between 10 and 12 minutes to actually process. So it's been agony, but I wanted to get it done, so here we are. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a decent battle generated with it, so we've got no battleships or battle cruisers to face, but I thought I'd just start off with this and then I'll see if I can get a proper battle in the future. So, this is what we've got. We have probably need to zoom out a bit. So we have two 16 inches at the front, three 13 inches at the back, with four 8 inches on either side, and 4.9 inches on either side. So it hasn't got the disgusting 20-inch guns on this time. I decided to go for the 13-inch instead. So it is more of a cruiser killer than it is a battleship killer. But I have designed a more modern, once the 5 years had passed, I obviously got a load of new technology. So I have designed one final refit design for this ship, which is going to be replacing these 13 inches with two 20 inches, and obviously all of the modern technology. So we'll do a handful of missions with this design. So it's only 240 million instead of the 800 million that the previous one was. And then we'll build or refit a few with the 20 inches, and then I'll do a handful with that. And then I am done. I cannot handle 10 to 12 minute end turns any longer. So the one major difference between this and the previous design is this is very vulnerable to torpedo fire. It's also vulnerable to gunfire as well, but the enemy's got a lot better chance of landing torpedoes against me than it has gunfire. So because this has got minimum beam and minimum draft, it means that the damage that you sustain is increased, and the other ship had maximum beam and maximum draft, so there's a huge difference between the two ships in terms of damage received. But in terms of firepower, they're incredibly similar, and obviously this is almost a quarter of the price. It almost seems like them 13 hours of end turns wasn't worth it. But I wanted to finish the series off, so I would have felt like I'd not finished the series if I hadn't bothered making a budget battleship at the end. Right, we've got another minor skirmish. This time they've got a battle cruiser and a lot of destroyers, so let's see if the destroyers try and close in on me. Hopefully I'll be able to get a battle with enemy battleships soon. Well, the destroyers got dangerously close to fire torpedoes, so it was a little bit tense. I still don't know how much damage a single torpedo is going to do against one of these ships. So until we actually get hit with one, we're going to have to be careful. So I have got anti-torp 5 and triple hull bottom to try and protect from torpedoes, but with the minimum beam and draft, I don't know how much protection that is actually going to provide. So it's taken me multiple turns to actually get a half decently sized battle. So I've done a lot of auto-resolving, and look what they've thrown at me. A battleship that's worth 20 million. A 20 million battleship. What is going on? So they've got one 300 million one, one 20 million one. Oh god. And the battle cruiser's only 30 million. Their armoured cruisers are like 5 times more expensive than one of the battle cruisers and battleships. Oh my goodness me. Well, anyway, this is a fairly decent sized battle, and they have got one battleship that's more expensive than mine, so let's give it a go. Wow, even just the loading time to load this battle up took about 5-10 minutes. It's just getting ridiculous now. Everything is just taking forever. Right, unfortunately, because I've been doing loads of auto-resolving, we're probably going to have some damaged ships. I've actually lost 3 ships to the auto-resolve. Oh dear, haven't lost a single ship in battle, not even close. But I've lost 3 ships to auto-resolve. So jerky. Could be worse. I've seen worse AI designed battleships. He's actually firing torpedoes in this direction. I am surprised. So that's likely going to hit one of our ships. No, I think it did. Wonder if any more have been fired while I wasn't looking. Well, it was a slaughter. It was a slaughter. Not even sure if they landed a single shot. I think you can see on this screen. Is it this screen? Oh no, this shows individual ships. Well, I've skipped 5 turns, which has taken over an hour, and I haven't been able to get a decent battle. So this is about as good as I've been able to get. So this is what we're doing. God, we can't even see him. Unfortunately, oh, there we go. We've got the aimed now. Well, we're gonna get hit. Let's see how much it did. It didn't even destroy a compartment. So even with minimum beam and minimum draft, it still barely did any damage. Well, another 5 turns of skipping, another hour of messing about, and I've managed to get a battle with 2 battleships. It's not a big battle, but at least they've got some decent cruisers as well. Oh, it's been a complete waste of time, this has, but I'm committed. Let's get it done. I've never completed an entire campaign from 1890 to 1950 before, so I just wanted to get it done. I didn't realise that skipping turns would be 15 minutes per process. Yeah. I know this campaign's like only 6 or 7 episodes long or whatever it is, but it's taken me about a week to record. Right, off we go. God, the output's so much damage, so fast. We're on 50k damage already. In a matter of seconds. $137,000 damage so far. Oh my goodness. 170,000 damage in less than a minute. Oh, that was just ridiculous. Well, after about 2 years of chasing the strongest Italian task fleet, I finally managed to catch it. So, they've got, I think they're a similar cost battleship to mine. Obviously, they're not going to be anywhere near as well made. Took them a little bit longer to finish this fleet off than the last one. Still no time at all though. Well, we've finally had a meeting where we're facing more than 2 battleships. So they're not the most expensive battleships in the world, but they have got 4 of them. We've got some pretty decent armoured cruisers, decent light cruiser, decent destroyers, so this is probably the best task fleet that we've faced so far in this campaign. Right, let's go. Wonder how many seconds they're going to survive. Well, we're landing some devastating shots. multiple shots were like 18,000 damage against the battleships. Well, that last ship is clinging on. Yeah, devastating. Well, I've designed the last ship class that we're going to be using, which is the same as the previous one but with 20-inch guns instead of 13. And straight away, I've managed to get a proper battle with it, which is amazing. I've only had to wait 2 turns. So, a couple of 300 million battleships, a 60 million cruiser, a couple of 100 million armoured cruisers, and some not very good light cruisers, I have to admit, or at least not very expensive, and some destroyers. Very good. I'm glad I didn't have to wait 2 hours. Off we go. Final battle of the campaign. Let's see how long it lasts. Well, flash fire is not going to help him. Looks like half of the ships haven't got the turrets facing yet. Oof, 57,000 on that one. Nowhere near the 300,000 shot that we did, but still. Well, looks like the final ship is miles away. 26 kilometers. It's fully legging it. It didn't manage to escape though. I doubt we'll be able to catch up with the last destroyer. Ouch, 70,000. Brutal, we got them all. That was a nice way to end. Right, well, I was thinking I wanted to do like a conclusion where I went through all of the different battleship designs. But this video's gone on for a fair amount of time, so I might just give it its separate video. And if I can be bothered, I might play till the end of the campaign. It's going to take me about 5 hours of skipping end turn, but I just want to see what the final stats are. They'll be a bit muddy because I've done loads of auto resolving. I've actually lost 4 battleships to auto resolve, but I still want to see what the stats are at the end. So yeah, I think we'll call it a day for this episode, and then I'll do a conclusion episode afterwards. So cheers for watching, guys, take care, and I shall see you soon.